slept, ate, and drank corruption. I mean, corruption just runs through their blood. So Clinton's out there running around, and as you know, a candidate can only receive X amount of dollars per person, per company. However, Bill Clinton goes out and gives speeches for tens, millions of dollars. And these speeches he may give to some of the cronies that they've enlisted in businesses, and these businesses funnel money into them, whether it be from Chinese businesses, whether it be, foreign dignitaries, Iran, whatever, wherever the money's funneling through. So Clinton will give out these talks, the money funnels into the Clinton Foundation, and then the Clinton Foundation actually supports and pays for Hillary's presidential campaign. No, it's not right. It's absolutely corrupt. It's wrong-headed, and nobody's going to stop her. Nobody's going to stop him. So the only other thing to do is to bring back up, and the media's been doing this too as well. They want to bring back up the supposed sex scandals of Bill Clinton and bring it up to Trump as bait so that Trump will bite, and maybe we'll finally get him out of this thing. The GOP wants him out of this thing. The media wants him out of this thing. All kinds of crazy rumors running on the internet saying that Trump's doing this on purpose to help ensure that Hillary wins. I don't know where that come from. I've got a soundbite from Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck and his show. Glenn Beck has gone so far off the rails, I can't even begin to start. I don't listen to him anymore at all. I do not. I refuse to support the lunacy. Glenn Beck claims to be a Christian, he's a Mormon. I don't know if Mormons are Christian, but I don't know if they follow Jesus Christ. Anyways, regardless, he claims to be all this, and yet at the same time, literally launches these. They're all damaging. They could be damaging, but it seems like Donald Trump has become the new Teflon Don, if you will. It doesn't seem like any of this stuff is sticking. So he's on NBC the other day. One of the talk show ladies is bringing up the whole sexcapade, the whole thing that him and Hilary kind of going back and forth. And here's what here's the conversation between the two of them, and here's how the middle of the week was, and how the 2015 ended, and this is kind of how this went.
So maybe next time, I don't know. I think this is the largest room. I know it's
okay, Mr. Producer, that was not it. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. 1B, not 1A.
Mr. Trump, good morning. Good to talk to you as always.
Good morning.
Let me start with this latest tweet that you have talking about Bill Clinton. You said that he had failed badly in the 2008 campaign when he acted as a surrogate for his wife, and you added he was called a racist. I know you choose your words carefully. Are you yourself calling him a racist?
No, he was called that by the Obama campaign. He was called it loud and clear. He was extremely insulted.
Why did you put it in your tweet if you don't believe it?
They said it. I didn't say it.
I know, but you circulated it to 5.4 million followers, so that would suggest you approve of it.
All I said was what they said, Savannah. That's what they said. They called him a racist. I don't believe he is a racist, if you want to know.
Okay, before we finish that sound clip, I just want you to understand and listen to how she's trying to implicate Trump as calling Clinton a racist. You see that? Well, you tweeted it to 4.5 million followers. That must be okay. Apparently she has a misconception of a concept, which is Twitter, and we've talked about this a few times. I am not the Twitter expert, not by far. I do not claim to know the lingo, know the culture. I'm not that guy. Kerry is. And he's kind of helped me bring me up to snuff on this. However, I will say this. This I do know. Just because you retweet or you tweet on Twitter doesn't necessarily mean that's you that's saying it. Doesn't necessarily mean that is your personal opinion of the tweet. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Once you look at it and you get into it, and you can see what it's all about. However, I don't know if technology is passing these people up or it's just their MO. It's what they do. They take things, they twist it, they change it, and they turn it. You play dumb about it and hope that it sticks to whoever they're trying to destroy. So let's finish with that sound clip.
The truth, but they called him a racist. It was a miserable campaign. He did very poorly, and they're bringing him out again. He's being wheeled out, and we're going to see what happens. But frankly, he did very, very poorly. He was not good for her, and obviously she lost to Obama, and that was the end of that. But they brought him out before. You
also said that he has, and this is a different tweet, quote, a terrible record of women abuse. And I wondered if you could get specific about that. What do you mean? What are you referring to in particular?
Well, if you look at the different situations, of course, we can name many of them. I can get you a list, and I'll have it sent to your office in 2 seconds. But there was certainly a lot of abuse of women, and you look at whether it's Monica Lewinsky or Paula Jones or many of them, and that certainly will be fair game. Certainly if they play the woman's card with respect to me, that will be fair game.
You mentioned Monica Lewinsky. Are you saying an alleged extramarital affair that, of course, he has now admitted? Is that...
Okay, hold on. Do you hear these talking heads? I'll get back to it. Do you hear what she just said? She just said, are you talking about the alleged affair that he has now admitted to? That so I'm gonna. Sorry, that's the highlight of the clip. But we'll go on and listen to Trump's response.
Fair game in a campaign.
Alleged. Yeah. Is that alleged? I don't think that's alleged.
No, he's admitted it. He's admitted it.
If he's admitted it, you don't have to use the word alleged.
Right, which is right, exactly. So are you saying an extramarital affair by Bill Clinton is fair game and something that you think should be in the campaign?
I'm not saying. What I'm saying is very simple. If she is going to play the woman card, because I'll do more for women than Hillary Clinton is going to do for women, including the safety of our country, which is good for everybody. But if she's going to play, which she started about a week ago, talking about, he mentioned, and, the whole thing, playing up the women's card very, very strongly. And if she's going to play that game, and if he's going to be out there campaigning, then he's certainly fair game. And I think just about everybody agrees with me on that. This is a person who, he's going to be out, and I like the fact that he's campaigning for her. He failed in 2008. He failed really badly. He frankly did a very poor job in campaigning, if you want to know the truth. And perhaps he'll do well or perhaps he'll do poorly. But if she's going to play the women card, it's all fair game.
You mentioned the Monica Lewinsky issue. In 2008 on CNN, you called the effort to impeach Bill Clinton for that nonsense and totally unimportant. Do you still feel that way, or have you had a change of heart?
Well, I tell this to everybody. I got along as I'm dubbed as a world-class businessman, which, frankly, that's what I am. And I got along with everybody. I got along with the Clintons. I got along with the Republicans, the Democrats, the liberals, the conservatives. That was my obligation. As a businessman, I had to get along with everybody, and I'll be able to do that as president. I'll be able to bring people together. But I got along with the Clintons, and I got along with everybody virtually, because that was when I needed approvals, when I needed something from Washington. I always got what I wanted, and that's because I was able to get along with everybody. So
you got along, but did you secretly not feel that way about them?
No, let me just tell you. So when I was a businessman, I had an obligation to myself, my family, my company, to get along with everybody, and I did that probably better than most.
All right, Mr. Trump, I'm out of time. We'll have to leave it there. We hope to talk to you again soon. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so let's make sense of all that. There towards the end, I know it probably came off like, wow, she caught him. She caught him looking. Well, Donald Trump back in the day had ties. Obviously, there's pictures of him with Bill Clinton at dinner parties or whatnot. And I'm not defending Trump. I'm not defending him at all. And I'm not saying that this is the guy that you need to vote for. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that I can understand where he's coming from a business standpoint of view. He wasn't running for political office back then. His job was to make his company grow. His job was to get contracts. His job was to build that and make that the best he could. So whoever was in power at the time, that's the person that you need to do business with. Regardless if you like them or not, that's who you do business with. Now, apparently, she's gone back in time, and she has found a sound clip to where the media probably approached Trump at one point in time and said, hey, what do you think about this sex scandal? What do you think about this sex gate with Bill Clinton? And he probably says, it's unnecessary, this is ridiculous. Well, just to remind all y'all, Bill Clinton was not being impeached for what he did with Monica Lewinsky. That is not what he was being impeached for. He was being impeached for lying to the grand jury. He was on the stand, he was under oath, and he lied. He lied. If we allow a lie to go by at the highest possible, position as President of the United States, the President of the United States allowed to lie? Well, then what else? Well, that's the whole slippery slope and the downfall of our political system that I see. That was just the beginning. I mean, look what they're doing now, and they're getting away with it. It's just utter insanity. Anyway, so they're trying to bring that back up again. They're trying to blast Trump, and the thing is that they can't. It's just this Trump mania, if you will, has gone way out of control. I mean, there's so many people that are showing up at these events, and there's so many people that are supporting him. I believe the reason why they're doing this is because he's resonating with Americans. And I honestly believe, regardless if you think that he's got a bad moral compass, if you think this about him, I don't like the business deals he did, I don't like this that he did. I've heard a lot of stories of the things that he has done that's been very good. Okay? I've heard a lot of good stories of things that he's done as a nice person. I've heard those. I've also heard bad things. However, one thing I know to be a fact, Donald Trump loves America. Donald Trump is a capitalist. America became the greatest country that human beings have ever seen in all of written human history. The United States of America has become the greatest nation in all of human history because of capitalism. Capitalism saves. Capitalism has saved more lives than any single plan, thought, idea, power involved. Anything in all of human history, capitalism has saved more lives. So he knows that, and he knows how well it works. I've talked to other people like, oh, he's just going to line his own pockets with get his own businesses in there and set them up so that he's the billionaire. Well, I'm not saying he's not going to do that. I'm not here to tell you what he's not going to do, and I'm not here to tell you what he is going to do. However, I can speculate that from a capitalist standpoint of view, rising tide raises all ships. So if you can rise the tide, then all businesses will become successful. If you can create that environment, that capitalist environment, that unfettered capitalism, that unmolested by the government type of capitalism, and we talked about this before, crony capitalism, there is no such thing as crony socialism. That crony capitalism has just become crony socialism. As soon as the government gets involved with big companies and special contracts, whether it be GE, whether it be foreign dignitaries and foreign governments, and Obama trying to pick winners and losers, whether it be Tesla or whether it be Solyndra, none of those companies were ever supposed to really